Well, this makeup tutorial of our number 1. I'm just gonna number them. Yeah, so makeup tutorial number 1, and then there'll be hair tutorial, and then nails tutorial, and then all that stuff. So you'll know if you ever miss one because the number will jump. But the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna prep your face. So if you don't have any face prepper, it's okay. This is actually called Astrogen. It's a deep cleaning Astrogen. It's actually for sensitive skin. And if you have salicylic acid, that also works. Just do not use alcohol on your face, please, or nail polish remover. I've actually had a couple people saying, is that nail polish remover? And they've actually tried to use it and they burnt some of their face, and it's horrible. Don't do that. But you just prep this, you put it on where your acne is most. And it also wipes off the foundation that's also stuck on your acne. So, okay. Then I'm just gonna toss that in the trash. And then the second thing to prep my face is a dual treatment moisturizer. This is also oil free, so if you have a really oily face, this might be good for you. Also, I also have oil free foundation. I had to like look around my candle. And you're just gonna rub that in. And next you use, oh yeah, that was from Astrogen. Actually, I don't even know what kind of. This is from Personal Care, and you can compare this to Clean and Clear, and it actually works a lot better. And this is from Up and Up. Just forgot to mention that. Next, I'm just gonna get out my brushes because my brushes are in this cute little panda. So, gotta get out those. Ooh, okay. Come on. There you go. So now I'm just going to get my foundation brush, and I'm actually, oh my goodness gracious, look at my poor little brush. So sad. This isn't like my best blending brush too. Look at it. Look at that now. I mean, I bet I could still use it, but it's still sad. So I'm just gonna get out my foundation blending brush. You can use any brush. This is just it doesn't even have a brand, okay? But this is my Aziza oil-free liquid foundation. This is also this is in the color Buff Beige. I don't know what color Buff Beige is, so don't ask. Maybe. So first, of course, I'm going to pull my hair back in a low pony just to get my hair out the way. Then I'm just going to take the little bit that's in the cap so I'm not wasting any. And I'm going to just apply it to the areas where I need it most. And maybe I should probably scoot closer to the camera. Woo! Yeah. And excuse the lighting, it is horrible in here. The sun decided to go behind a cloud today. And if you just if you don't know how to blend with a brush, if you just do it with your fingers, and you don't know how to blend with the brush, then just go in like circular motions until that area seems like it's blended out, and then go to the next area. And then make sure you also get your T-zone, which is, if you don't know what your T-zone is, if you're really new to makeup, I will try to explain everything as good as possible. Just know that I'm horrible at explaining things. This is your T-zone right here. This is actually where girls get most common of zits. They're also hidden acne right there, but that's also where you really want to get foundation in there if you use liquid foundation. Natalie does not use liquid foundation at all. She's also on YouTube, so if you want to go look up Natalie Hunter, she's in most of my videos actually. And don't worry, your mom might have told you don't get your brushes wet. It's okay. These brushes, actually, like these kind of brushes, just don't use like a fluffy brush like this. But I also have another foundation brush like this too. I just use this brush. It just seems a lot softer than that other brush, and it blends a lot better. Most of my makeup you can actually get at the dollar store, because I don't feel a need to go into expensive makeup brand stores, because I mean, when you can get the same thing at a dollar store that works the same, I don't feel a need to go expensive on it. And this process will take a little while, but don't worry. And in the description, I'll put all the names to all the everything that I got and how much I got them for. I think I still have receipts for them, I don't know. And just so you guys know, my background might actually change because I might be getting the room next to me soon, not like until like 2 months or so, but this might change very soon. Not very soon, in like 2 months. So you might not, you'll probably still see baby me in that, but you probably won't see like the closet doors and all that. I don't know. So now that your base coat is filled, and if you do use concealer, make sure that you put on concealer before you even do foundation. I forgot to mention that. But me not needing concealer right now, you know. But concealer also kind of doesn't, I mean, if you put foundation on good enough, then you won't be able to see it anyways. Now I'm just going to get my powder brush. Ooh, my powder brush, which is this thing. I got it a couple years back, so I do not know the brand, but I will try to get it off the internet. And I'll also be putting some brand names of makeup. This is my Revolon Color Stay Powder Foundation. And if you don't know how to use powder foundation, you just put it where you're mostly sweaty or you're mostly oily. So you might hear other beauty gurus say, set your makeup. This is what it is. You just put it where the most greasy spots are, because it will dry those spots up for while you have your makeup on. And make sure you also get your T-zone. You'll be hearing me say that in number 2 and etc. And if you just want to apply it all over your face, that's fine. Now for the next part, obviously, if you have to fill in your eyebrows, I suggest pausing it right here and fill them in. Mine, actually, I don't need them filled in because they're very dark already and they're very full. But so pause it right now if you need to fill in your eyebrows. Okay, so now we're just going to you can either get your liquid foundation again, or if you have concealer, use concealer. This is also just the Marykay full coverage foundation, but it's very sticky, so it's kind of like concealer. So I'm just going to get my concealer brush, if I can find it. Okay, the concealer brush is kind of like this. It's kind of like a eyeshadow brush, but it's like the rubbery kind of thing. It's not like the felt kind. So I'm just going to like that. And you just apply that to your eyelid to help your color for your eyeshadow stick. And make sure that's rubbed in as much as possible. If you don't know how to rub in concealer, you actually just sit there and just pat it. And yes, it might take a while, but that is how you blend it. And trust me, this doesn't have to be as blended as if it was on your face, but it does need to be blended a little bit. It can't just be a glob on your face, of course. And you're just going to do that to both eyes, and if you see what I'm doing, it kind of just looks like a totally different color than my actual face. But that's why you need to actually dab it. And if you don't know how to do your eyebrows, but you feel like you need to, and if you have all the stuff for it, actually how you do your eyebrows, because I do not want to see you walking around with some messed up eyebrows. You see this little part on your nose, and you go right in here, and that's where your eyebrow should start. If you go right aligned with your pupil and your nose, this is where it should be curved. And if you go straight underneath your eyelid like that, that's where it should end. So just remember that every time if you have to fill in your eyebrows. I do not want to see people walking around with horrible eyebrows anymore. Now we're actually just going to grab some blush. And if you have bronzer, if you feel like you need bronzer, use bronzer. But bronzer is more of a summer thing for me, so I just use blush. And if it's cold at wherever you are, you don't have to worry about blending it too much. I mean, you can blend it well, but if you just put on too much on accident, don't worry about it. It's probably cold anyways, your cheeks are gonna be cold anyways. But if you don't know how to find your cheekbones, you kind of do like a fishy face. And where your cheekbone sticks out is where it actually is. And you want to kind of do this with like a light hand. And if you have to, do it in circular motions too. Just do not get your blush brush wet. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to mascara. I might say mascara, but it's just mascara. I just feel like, I don't know, that's just how I say it. Don't know what color I'm gonna, okay, I'm gonna use my Naturals colors from Aziza. Actually, a lot of stuff is from Aziza, so yeah. Oh, and that blush was also from Aziza, and this is actually an e.l.f. brush. Come on. And you will figure out that I do use a lot of the Color Workshop and Aziza just because they're just a lot easier to come by, and Aziza is actually a cheap brand, but the Color Workshop is a very good brand too. So you're just gonna grab your normal brush, the kind of felt one, and you're just going to apply, if you have this one, or if you can go buy it at the dollar store, I'm gonna be using this color right here. It's kind of like the most orange color. Then I'm gonna be using this color, and then I'm gonna use this black, but I'm gonna use this white as a highlight and in the crease. So if you don't know what that is, just follow along. So I'm gonna be using the really light orange, like that. And so apply it all over my lid. And I will teach you what a crease is if you don't know what it is.